Let's talk about something that people don't talk about enough about using the macro counting system to achieve weight loss. Sounds great in theory, right? Hit your fat, hit your protein, hit your carb numbers, and you're golden, right? But if carbs, especially sugar, is a part of your equation, you are likely setting yourself up to fail. My name is Jess, and I'm a strength and nutrition coach and a carnivore coach. I've been a carnivore for 3 years. I shifted my entire nutrition coaching business to be entirely carnivore focused because I believe so much in this way of living. And I get to work with people every single day. And if you want to work with me, you're welcome to go to my bio and take a look at the options. We could do a one-time coaching call, a 15-minute discovery call, or you can join one of my programs and be a monthly member in one of my coaching programs. So let's talk about macros. Recently saw a post of a nutritionist talking about how macros versus the calorie counting model is so much better for you because you are able to manage your hunger and cravings. And typically, if you're a calorie counter, you're starving all the time. And while I believe in this and I agree with her, I think a big part is missing from the equation. The fact of the matter is, if you're tracking macros, you're probably getting more protein. So you're probably satisfying your hunger better. Maybe you're even getting a little bit more fat and you're feeling satiated. But you still, when you're taking in carbohydrates, sugar, you are spiking your insulin and then you are having crashes, which can make you hungrier. And so even if you are tracking your macros and you are getting more protein and fat than a typical calorie counter who would just eat volume of low calorie something just to be able to eat volume, and maybe it's super nutritionally devoid, you're still, even if you're having protein and fats, dealing with the rise and fall of insulin and the subsequent hunger that comes from that. If it fits your macros plan, you could still have a donut, right? You could work things out so that your macros allow you to have the cheats that you want to have in your diet, the things that are not particularly diet foods. And those things cannot just be looked at by the calories. You have to look at its effect on your hunger hormones. And so 1,200 calories of donuts, I'm not saying people who are on macro plans are doing that, but 1,200 calories of donuts is going to be get a very different response in your body from 1,200 calories of chicken, butter, and vegetables. The donuts might fill you up, but they're also going to jack up your blood sugar, and then your insulin is going to come to bring your blood sugar down, and then you're going to go down and you're going to crash, and then you're going to be wanting more donuts. But if you had the chicken meal and you had the fats and you had some fiber, you are getting a much better nutrient profile, a much better response for your ghrelin and your leptin. These are hunger hormones that then don't have this blood sugar spike and then this blood sugar roller coaster that happens after that. While you could potentially stabilize your blood sugar and your hunger on a macro counting plan, dependent on how much carbs you have, I still think that some people need to completely remove carbohydrates. Just remember, carbohydrates are not an essential macronutrient. Fats and proteins are. And there are many people who have an insulin response and have an emotional response to carbohydrates that even if they are counting macros and they are doing like under 50 grams of carbohydrates, it is still too much. And most people, by the way, on macro counting have way. So if you are somebody who struggles to moderate carbohydrates, the macro counting system is going to fail over and over and over again. You're never going to hit your numbers and you're going to be wondering why. And you're never going to be able to get that sweet monster, that cravings monster out of your head. The answer, removing carbohydrates and making protein and fat the absolute stars of your diet.